Tobacco University video, go over how to properly write a lab report utilizing the CER format, which is involving the claim, evidence, and reasoning method to help you write an effective lab report. All right, it's one thing to do the labs, but being effective at writing your lab report is another important skill. So when we think of a lab report, we want to think of this CER, this claim, evidence, and reasoning. So the claim is basically how you identify the question that you need to answer. This will be supported with evidence, and the key part there is supporting your claim. That evidence that you're going to be doing in the lab, that's your support, that's what you're collecting, that's your observations, your measurements, your results from your experiment. And then you're going to explain your reasoning, and this shows how all the pieces essentially fit together. It's your thought process, if you will. You want to describe how each piece of evidence ties in and supports that original claim that you made. Now, how do you generate a claim? Well, it's identifying a question. Claim is a statement that basically will answer a question. So remember, that statement can be supported with evidence or data. Ways to think about how to start this is basically blank is caused by, or scientists have shown that, or just ways to kind of just get that initial started there. That question, that claim is that answer to the question that's going to be based on the evidence that you collected. So the evidence you're collecting is the reason why you're doing that lab is to support or technically refute that claim. This is what's collected during the lab. Some may require outside research, but a lot of times that's what you're doing in the lab. You want 2 to 3 pieces of strong evidence. You want to just base everything on one thing. You want to think about what did the experiment show? What's the way that it support? What's a measurement or observation that you made that again ties in with that central question or claim that you had made? And then you want to explain your reasoning. This is the why. This is kind of tying in why each piece of evidence supports that claim. It's your thought process. Draft 1 or 2 sentences to kind of get the idea of those scientific principles that connect with that claim to the evidence, and you're explaining, you're showing that synthesis. You're showing the evidence and that connection to show that your observations alone don't really mean much. Your claim alone doesn't mean much. Your explanation showing your reasoning is really what pertains to this. So common mistakes to avoid, that I've seen is not providing sufficient reasoning to support your claim. Do not use personal pronouns like I, me, we, or us. Instead of we measured the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius, say the temperature was 25 degrees Celsius. And remember that your experiment doesn't necessarily prove anything. You're doing one experiment. You might be supporting an idea, but you're not really proving anything. To really prove something in science, it takes multiple experimentations, multiple different angles to look at it. So you always want to add the idea that you're supporting your claim there, not necessarily quote unquote proving your claim.